Okay, video number 3 on the Chanukah story. Daf, Kaf Aleph, Kaf Beit, Kaf Gimel, and so on. We're up to the point where Yehuda Maccabee comes in with all of his strong fighters and takes over the Beit HaMikdash. Now, this was the epicenter. This is what they were trying to get, which is why I think, this is my approach, why the Gemara and why later literature likes to talk only about that they got the Beit HaMikdash, that they found the cruse of oil, that they wanted to, that there was the nace. Because for Yehuda HaMaccabee and everyone else, it was not about setting up systems and governments and so on. It was, I need that Beit HaMikdash. I need it to be Jewish. So he comes in, he destroys, he throws everybody out, all the Ovdei Zara, all the odd, non-Jewish statues and different things like that. And a lot of it is Syrian Greek, actually, and very odd other things that they had in the Beit HaMikdash. I can't go into it. So anyways, he takes over. He finds the oil, right? That's one cruse of oil that is for the Kohanim. It says on it, it's a special sealed one. It's a special olive oil. We're going to do olive oil soon, why olive oil is so precious. And it's a special sealed olive oil that they get to find. And they need 7 more days to produce some more olive oil. Hence the holiday is 8 days. Now this holiday is very interesting, called Chanukah, which was not a given. We learn actually about the whole thing through a letter that was written around that time to the Jews of Egypt and saying, we have a wonderful holiday that just happened. You should know about this. It's full of Hallel and Simcha and Hodah. You should love this. You should celebrate it. And then they recounted all the events, and that's how often we know a lot of things, because they write these letters. We see this whole letter thing in Megillat Esther, where what the whole Megillah is as a description to the Jews to make sure that they celebrate Purim, because actually they weren't, and they needed to rewrite the letter and sort of photocopy it and get it going again, because that's how a lot of these holidays were spread, these newer holidays, let's call it, through letter. Because how did they know? They weren't there. Places were very far apart. It was hard to be, to get everything going. And so you wait for a letter, and they got a letter. So the Jews were very happy to celebrate, but it took a while. Now Yehuda HaMaccabee comes into the temple and purges it of all the non-Jewish stuff, finds the beautiful Pach Shemen. Now, what is with this Shemen Zait? And we talk about it a lot, actually, in Kaf Gimel, also in the Daf. What is Shemen Zait, anyways? What do we worry so much about it for? Well, I started doing some research on it lately, and I see that Shemen Zait is very, very interesting oil, and especially the non-dreg type, meaning the first moments when you get olive oil, it's very clear and zach, pure, and that's what they were using for the menorah. Now, what's interesting about this is, when is Chanukah? Chanukah is Kaf Hei Kislev, which is December, generally, end of November, December. That's precisely when the ripened olives are ready to be plucked off the trees and made into oil. Before that, there was no such thing. So at that time, they were able to manufacture some olive oil that will be really pure and strong and beautiful and clear for the menorah, which is what they wanted. Everything that Yehuda HaMaccabee did, and everything, his whole goal was to rid the Beit HaMikdash of the Ovdei Zara and those people there that inhabited it. The reason why they inhabited it is because people in those days felt like, if we take your temple, your Beit HaMikdash, we take you. And all identity is wrapped up in your temple. So we, Greeks from Syria, Turkey, Lebanon, right? Those kind of places, we are going to introduce a new element of identity. Oh, we'll keep your God, we'll keep your Yud-Kei, Vav-Kei, we'll keep your Hashem, we don't care. But we're also going to introduce something else on top of it. And that is antithetical to Jewish thought. You see, Greeks thought like this: we're cosmopolitan. You want your God? Go ahead. We're going to add on our God too. Our God, your God, their God, he God, she God, all gods. Good. That's how Greeks thought. The term cosmopolitan, the cosmos, that's a Greek term for we'll bring everything in. Well, B'nai Israel can't handle that. The Jews can't handle that. We can't handle that then, and we can't handle it now. We can't handle this synchronistic approach to our religious life. But they did. And that's how we were so different. And they couldn't understand this at all. They said, have your God and have our God. Okay? So that's enough for Hanukkah, and I'll see you next time.